Yes. How we doing? Happy morning. It is getting turbo Baltic out here in the morning, but we're still showing up. We're still doing our thing. We're still leading from the front, right? Every single day for our families and for everyone around us, leading from the front. So today we're going to talk about overestimating what we try to achieve in the first year of development, and we're going to talk about underestimating how much we could achieve over a 5 or 10 year period. Okay, so let's get into it. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman. If you are coming through, please do hit the love heart button, and please do comment whether you are somebody that overestimates what they can achieve in the short term, but underestimates what they can achieve in the bigger picture, long term. Then please share with someone that might need it right now. So for anybody that isn't a member of our coaching community or isn't doing one of our programs right now, you might be interested in the fact that we are starting our Elite 90 on the 10th of October, and right now it's 50% to the end of the week, or when the first 10 people register. All of the details are on the link up above. Okay, for those guys that are looking to lead themselves much better, okay, looking to lead themselves, to lead others around them and their careers with barriers and discipline. Okay, lots of support, accountability, direction, missions to follow. It's going to be an exciting 90 days for those that jump on board. All right, amigos. So when I see guys at the very start of their journey, there is an overwhelming hunger to change the way that they live their lives, to change the message that they wake up with in their brain, and to change everything. Because everybody wants to be better, right? When somebody decides that it is time to start improving the way that they live their lives, man, they want it there and then. So in the first year, often what we see is an overestimation of what can be achieved. For me, in the first year, it's really about de-weeding all of the deep-rooted habits and distractions and overthoughts that you have about your life. Okay, so a lot of the programs that we do are about rewiring your mindset, about understanding yourself better, about raising your self-awareness, about actually what needs to be achieved to get to the place you want to be. And that journey is very much like a yo-yo. Like, we're on it, we struggle, we're off it. We're going to get back ourselves on, we fall off it. And it's very much like that. Okay, it's very much up and down, like a mountain range. And a lot of people don't achieve what they think that they can achieve in that first year, so they quit. So they go, oh, what's the point here? And for many of those people that quit or drop off or don't show up, they're only like sometimes weeks, sometimes months away from having huge breakthroughs, from having huge epiphanies where they go, oh my God, geez, I get it. And one of the reasons that I always talk about 1% a day, like getting 1% a day better over and over and over and again, because if you did that for 365 days, man, you'd be 365 days better than you are today, right? Make sense? Obviously. But that sometimes people want 3,650% better, and that isn't realistic. But one thing that we don't do enough, and one thing that I really try to preach, especially in the Elite 90, is understanding, man, what could you achieve in 5 years? Where could you be in 5 years? If you start working on yourself today, and you put yourself in a position in 5 years where you look back and go, wow, I didn't have many breakthroughs in the first year. I understood myself better. But then it all kind of came together in year 2, in year 3, in year 4, in year 5. And you could go all the way up to year 10. Okay, when we talk about building the mission and remembering the mission, it's that vision. And we underestimate what we could achieve in 5 years. So I'm going to give you an example of this, is that the Man Coach isn't even 5 years old yet. Okay, the Man Coach is, so we officially rebranded in 2018. So we are 4 years old. 5 years ago, I didn't even have, I wouldn't say, an established online business. Okay, so if you think about that 5 years, I didn't even have an established online business. I was running my boot camp. Okay, and sitting here right now with the audience that we've got, with the business that we've built, with the message that we delivered, with the people that trust me with their health and their mindset and their development, was only a dream. It was only a vision. It was only around, this is what I want to do. And yet we're here 4 years later delivering to you. And I probably underestimated what could be achieved. I also believe that if I didn't have certain stuff going on in my life over those last 4 years, i.e. new kids, moving house, emotional distractions, ambushes, we'd probably even have a bigger audience. But we are where we are. And in that first year when I started this business, I overestimated what I could achieve in my first year, like all entrepreneurs do, right? I got too excited. I was unrealistic with my expectations. The adrenaline was shooting through me. I was like, let's go, let's rock and roll. Like, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to achieve. And guess what? In the first year, we didn't get anywhere near it. Anywhere near it. And that's when I started creating my 10-year vision. That's when I started going, right, I need to think long term. Where am I going to be at this point? And now we're working towards a 10-year vision, which is 6 years away. 6 years away. That's what I'm working towards. So I don't overestimate what I've got to do each day. I just, man, like, I now am working towards that long-term goal because I'm understanding the bigger picture here, which is what I want you to go away from this show from, is understanding, dude, this is not about the next 90 days or the next 28 days or the next 6 months. Dude, this is about the day that you die. You do this to the day that you die. And you keep going 1%, 1%, 1% until we're finished. Until we get taken away to whatever's next. This is a lifestyle, and understanding what you can achieve in your life is huge. Because you may be suffering with pain and overthinking and stuff that's going on now, man, that's just a small inkling on your life. So if you think about that in terms of the suffering that you're going through now, but then you think about this in terms of how long you've got left, that to that, it's nothing. It's something that will create you. And I think that's important to understand in your journey, that I want you to think every time something's not going your way, think a little bit more about long term. Man, this is not forever. This is not forever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going through a little bit of adversity now with all the mortgage stuff going on. It's quite worrying. It's quite uncertain. But actually, do you know what? In 6 years from now, I'll probably look back at it and won't even remember it. But I'm thinking about the bigger picture, right? So there's loads of stuff going on. But we got to remember that actually in the moment, it's about the bigger picture. It's like, live for the moment, but be realistic about actually your expectations and realistic about what can be achieved and realistic about what's happening around you. Otherwise, we just stay in this state where we just overthink all the time, where we just beat ourselves up all the time. We just end up going round and round in circles, and actually you never really feel like you're progressing, because actually you're just judging yourself on what you like over expect. You know? I think that's it. I think the key message is I want lads to remember, like, if you come to me with a problem, I would say, okay, in a year we'll remember that. In a month, will you remember that? Okay. And that's where you've got to keep asking yourself, going, okay, dude, like, stop underestimating the long-term plan. Start overestimating it. Start thinking, all right, where do I... Here's a task. Write down where you want to be in 5 years in the 4 pillars: health, relationships, personal development, and your career. And just keep it as a rough vision. Just understand actually that long-term plan. This is stuff we do in our programs. Then you can reverse engineer where you need to be at 2.5 years, where you need to be at 1 year. Then you can start working back from that 1 year plan Okay, where do I need to be in 6 months? Where do I need to be in 3 months? Where do I need to be in the first month? Where do I need to be in the first week? And start working to it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's got to be. It could be like a flaming torch that you follow in a cave. Okay. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you on Friday. Ready to go. Have a great rest of the week.